Okay, everybody.
Ready when you are.
Well,
Good afternoon, Coach.
Good.
It's Charles Greaves. With
Yeah,
Go
Charles,
Black
good to see you. Thanks.
Offensively, in the first half, there was equal distribution of the ball, where I think Anderson carried 9 times, Tyre 8, Riley and Atkins both 6 carries, and the time of possession for you guys were 22 minutes. Is that kind of how you want this offense to run?
Yes, absolutely. And to get those guys going in the box, the B-back, the quarterback, and control the clock and keep it away from them, that's our style of offense, and it's like that, we'd like to play that way all the time.
And if I could say, the law firm of Riley, Atkins, and Buchanan were effective today. Can you talk a little bit about just their initial input in setting the tone of the game?
Those guys are just they're a load. They are a load. And there's times where they just had to power through people. There was one run that Anthony Atkins had, and he just saw guys coming. He put his shoulder down, his right shoulder, and he kind of was going from our right to left, and he just knocked a couple of guys back and got 3 yards all by himself. But, that's a 250-pound running back. And what's most impressive about him? He scored a touchdown or got down there and was helping us score a touchdown. He came down and ran down on a kickoff team. And they're trying to double team. He's running right through the double team. I think that just epitomizes what our team is and who they are. That whatever they're asked to do, they're going to try to do it the best they can and play really, really hard. And they just care so much about each other. It's just fun to be a part of this team and be around these guys.
And my final question is, can you talk about the status of Tyler?
I think he's going to be okay. He got twisted up there, and we actually had intended to play Christian in the third series. So it just worked out that he went into the third series and then stayed in. But we actually had intended to do that without him getting injured. So it just tightened up on him. I think it's going to be okay. Lower leg sprain, and I think he'll be fine.
Great. Well, congratulations on the win, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Charles.
Congratulations. And congratulations, Coach. Now, maybe to start out with how well your defense played today. You had a fumble recovery by Eric Smith early, the Jabari Moore interception, Andre Carter, 3 sacks on the day, and you held Georgia State to 177 yards. How do you feel about the performance of your defense?
I thought they did a fantastic job. It was a fumbled exchange there early. We didn't knock it loose. They just botched the handoff. There was probably miscommunication, and I think he tried to hand it, and I don't know if the back knew he was supposed to get it, and just spit out of there. We were able to get on it. It was a big play, and we kicked off, and we're going up 7-0 early in the game. That's a big play, and then Jabari Moore's interception before the half, that was just an awesome play. He jumped it, saw it coming, made a great play. We were able to punch that one in on 4th down and go up. It ended up being 27. I'm disappointed we got the kick blocked, but that was a big play before the half for sure.
And how do you feel about the rotation? You mentioned you were going to put Christian Anderson in the third series, but Tyre went in, played well. Christian Anderson went in, played very well. And Jamel Jones got in some time at the end as well as Jabari Laws. How do you feel like the flow of the quarterbacks did today?
Well, we were going to try to get a feel for playing 2 quarterbacks, playing Tyre and then putting Christian in there and probably using both of them. And it just so happened that obviously Tyre got hurt and Christian had to take the bulk of the snaps. I thought he did a terrific job, but to be able to get Jamel some work through a touchdown pass, I was thrilled to see Jabari Laws get in there. He ran the ball hard, very confident, and our whole team was just elated to see him in there. And he was very emotional after the game. I think he was just so thrilled to be back out there. When you battle back for over a year to get back and to be able to get out there and experience that, it was just incredible. So that's a good group of guys. Coach Worley's doing a great job of preparing them, Coach Davis is giving them things they can handle, and there's a lot on them, but they're doing a really good job.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Ken.
Jeff, can you talk about Tyre's job before he got hurt? How did you feel like he was playing specifically, and then and just talk about Christian Anderson taking over, you already had the lead, but he basically kind of won this game in relief.
Well, he did. I thought Tyre was playing really well. He was running the ball really hard, doing a nice job with his reads, distributing the ball where it needed to be, and took care of it. And that's the best thing you can do as a quarterback, in my mind, is take care of the ball, and that helps take care of the team. So I was very pleased with his effort, his performance. I was disappointed he got hurt and couldn't go back in. Hopefully he'll get healthy. I don't know if he'll be healthy right away, but it's something that I'm confident he's going to get healthy from.
And Christian
was to come off the bench like that and be able to perform in the first read. He was in there. They had a mess charge, and Anthony Atkins had it, and Christian Anderson had it, and one of their guys had it, and it just kind of a wad of people went down. But he didn't get flustered. He didn't flinch. Just went back out there and executed and did a nice job. They're different. He and Tyre are different, and so we're a little bit different when each one of them are in there. We're still, it's still our offense, but it's find things that they can do and try to call plays to their strengths.
And Christian really ran with confidence, especially on the touchdown.
He did, and I think he's confident because he's got a good bunch of guys in front of him, and he's played a lot of football. So there shouldn't be any situation or anything where he doesn't feel like he can't run confidently. That kid's a veteran player and played a lot of football for us.
And just one last thing, is this the new Eric Monken?
What did we throw it, about 6 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we threw it because we wanted to, not because we had to.
But that was something that Brent was saying the other day, that teams have to respect your run, and that kind of opens things up. And he felt more comfortable with making calls like that this year.
Yeah, I mean, the last pass we threw for a touchdown, I mean, they were teeing off on us. We had guys, were handing the ball off, and the safety's tackling us for a 1-yard gain. And I mean, we could have punted it to them, but it's not a rule that you got to punt. It's not a rule that you can't throw the ball in that situation. And we didn't have a bunch of passes, but kind of threw it when we felt like there was an opportune time, and we completed some of them, and we missed one on a third down. We had a little hitch route over the middle and missed it and had to punt. But we hit a play action to Tyrell and hit a play action to Murphy, and it was good to see us hit some of those plays.
Coach, can you go a little bit more in depth into Andre Carter's game and the matchup problems maybe he presented today?
I don't know. I think Andre Carter's such a good football player. I mean, he's 6'5", weighs about 265. He's a matchup problem for about everybody. I guess this Power 5 school's got guys like that walking around in the locker room everywhere. But he's a good player for us, and he just always seems to come up with plays. He works really hard. It's just not, he's just naturally a very talented guy. He works really hard at his craft. As a student of the game, always asking questions, always working to prepare, works really, really hard in practice. He goes 100 miles an hour in practice. He wants to be a really good player, and he is. He's a very, very productive football player.
We'll get a few more for Coach.
Jeff, other than Andre Carter and his, the 3 sacks, I thought just the whole defense as a whole did a great job. There wasn't like one dominant person. I think everybody kind of contributed there today.
They played their butts off, and Nate Woody's an outstanding football coach, and he had them in position. He called a really good game. He and the staff, they really did a good job of preparing our football team, our defense, for the team we were going to play today. And so I think that had a lot to do with it as well. Our guys were positioned where they needed to be, and we made a lot of plays. But the bottom line is the players got to go make the plays, and they did. And I thought it was a great effort on their part.
Was there a little insight on how you stopped Brown or kept him in check?
Oh, I mean, you just got to play defense. We played our brand of football. We played our defense and tried to execute. I think it starts by being really good at stopping the run, and that's where our defense is built. We try to do that first, and when we can do that, then it kind of forces them into some spots maybe where we think they got to throw the ball, and we can be, a little bit different. So I think it's just a great team effort, and credit to the players.
We'll go one more for Coach.
If you had any fears or concerns heading into this game in any area on the field, did this game make you feel much better about it?
I don't know if I had fears and concerns.
Well, you always do, Jeff. You always.
Well, I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't. I didn't know what our team would do. I think we got a great group of leaders. Our seniors. I feel like the leadership's really strong. We've got enough guys that have played. I know their coach had mentioned how experienced they were, and we got some guys with some experience too. But this is a new football team, a different team, and the last time down here we didn't play very well, and they outplayed us, and they got a better football team this year than they did 2 years ago. I hope we're better. I don't know. We'll see as the season goes along. But I think that's a really athletic, well-coached football team, and our guys executed really well today. It was a great team win, and there's still concerns about depth, and we didn't all of a sudden find 6 more guys on each side of the ball that we know could be starters tomorrow. We are who we are, so that's something that will continue to be important for us to watch, is the health of our team and making sure we got the guys that are at the top of the depth chart healthy and ready to go next week and in the weeks to follow.
All right.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks,
Okay.
Coach,
Coach.
if I could,
Yeah, Ken?
how is Connor Bishop? He got hurt, so getting off the field late in the game. How is he? And I was curious, but Noah Knapp at center, who moved over to that left guard spot?
Zach Ward. Zach Ward went in at guard. It's just cramps, so wasn't any use us putting him back in there. So we had a lot of guys cramping up. It was a hot day out there, and I thought we were well prepared for it. But that turf out there is a lot hotter than the air on top of it. It got steamy down there. So I thought our guys handled it really well. Our strength coaches and our trainers, they deserve a lot of credit, just having those guys ready to go for a really hot day to open the season.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Christian, this is Charles Grievous from GoBlackKnights.com. First game, how did you feel out there today? And can you talk a little bit about how effective was your offensive game plan relative to what you anticipated from the Georgia State defense?
Yeah, it felt good getting back out there. I knew coming into the game, TT was going to start, and then I would come in at some point in the game. So just getting the opportunity to play was really good. I feel like overall as an offense, we did a really good job just executing the plays when we needed to. We didn't try to do too much. We just executed what was in front of us, and I feel like we did a good job with that.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Christian, congratulations, Ken Crates, SAL Radio. Tell us a little bit about the 4th and goal play where you ran the draw and you really scooted into the end zone very quickly. Tell us a little bit about that, if you would.
Yeah, it was a great play call, I think. Noah Knapp just completely depleted the guy that he needed to, and it was just a wide-open hole. I think the O-line did a great job on their assignments and just opening up a hole for me, and I just followed them.
And maybe tell us about your the touchdown pass in the second half to Tyrell, 40 yards. You led him beautifully over the middle, and Tyrell made the catch.
Yeah, first I think the O-line, again, did a great job just giving me protection. I was able to sit back and just wait for T-Rob. He also ran a great route on the safety. And then, obviously it was just wide open, and I put it on him. So I think it was just the line giving me time to see the field, and then T-Rob running a great route.
Thanks. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Christian, as a veteran player, what does it mean to come out of this game with a win from a few years back where they got your number? What does it mean to win the game?
I was good. Any win is a good win. I think it's just a bunch of hard work that goes in. You know, we've been practicing for this since August. You know, so it's good to just see it manifest into a win against any team. We're always grateful to get a win, and I'm proud of my guys for all the work they put in and executing today.
Christian, Coach, this is the first time that you guys get to play another team in another uniform. How did it feel going in there in relief? And, how comfortable did you feel out there yourself?
Yeah, I think, like I said, the coaches kind of gave me a plan for when I was going to go in at some point during the game, so I was just waiting for my number to be called. And I feel like I was very comfortable out there. It was just like practice. The coaches say just treat it like practice, and I felt really comfortable just being out there executing the plays I was given.
How much does that help your confidence moving forward?
I think just practice overall is always going to make me confident. I think it starts with practice, getting reps in practice, and that's going to really help my confidence overall going into games.
Coach doesn't think that Tyre is seriously hurt, but how do you feel for him? Knowing that he got dinged up.
I hope he realizes that all the quarterbacks, we got his back regardless if he's in or if he's out. I hope he has a speedy recovery. I'm pretty sure he will. But at the end of the day, I think we all have his back, the whole offense, the quarterback room. And I know he's confident in all of us to be able to execute if he's not in the game.
And how did it feel to get both Jamel back from injury and especially Jabari back from injury?
Yeah, it felt really good. I know Jabari, he's been waiting for this for a while, just his injury problems. I know it felt really good for him to get a couple touches in there, and I know the whole team as a whole, we're really excited when he was able to play.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Just having the coach's trust to be able to go in the game at any point, and I just feel like I'm always prepared to go in the game at any point. So I'm always engaged when the offense is in. I'm always listening on the sidelines to any adjustments that's being made. So it's not really much of a difference. I'm just hoping to make the most of the opportunities I get in the game at the end of the day.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
The Panthers defense offense will run out today.
I think the coaches did a great job of preparing us for the game and making sure that we knew our assignments, and we were able to go out there, execute, play hard, and we're able to do enough to get the victory.
Great, and you had 3 sacks on the day. Can you talk about the initial sack today? Was this design call or something you read relative to rushing the passer versus dropping into coverage?
Coach Woody just called a play for me to rush, and we were able to get the sack, and that was basically just Coach Woody.
Okay, thanks a lot, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Andre, just tell us about the last sack I believe you had forced Georgia State into a fumble, into a field goal attempt. Excuse me. Tell us a little bit about that one.
It looked like a run play, and the quarterback ended up pulling the ball, and we were able to get that stop. That was big for us in that part of the game.
And how do you feel overall? You held Georgia State to 177 yards of offense and just 48 yards rushing. That's quite a day for your defense.
Yeah, one of our things we try to do is run the ball and stop the run. So anytime we can do that and get a victory, it's a good day.
Hey, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Any others?
Hey, Andre. This defense had a lot of returning starters coming back, a lot of experienced players. To have an effort like this today really shows kind of maybe this defense is ready to take it to the next level. What did you see from the start out there that really told you were going to have a good day, especially after that 4 plays in, you get the fumble, the defense gets that fumble?
I think we had the confidence that we could do what Coach Woody was telling us to do, and really we were just going out there trying to play our best, and our best today got us the win, so that was good.
All right.
7 yards and 1 touchdown. First of all, how did it feel, again, first series of the game, even that first hit, how did that feel?
Yeah, it was a good experience, finally get out there on the field. Get your pads lit up by someone that's not wearing the same jersey as you is a good feeling. But, that first drive was pretty fun.
Great. And eventually, could you sense the frustration from the Georgia State defense having to deal with yourself, Atkins, Buchanan, time after time after time?
Yeah, like they're talking a little bit, but you just know, like, inevitably, like, me and Kay, Jacoby, Wilson, like, once we get that little rotation going, like, defenses are going to get mad because those are some big backs they have to tackle play after play after play. So,
Great. Well, congratulations once again.
thank you.
Tyson, hi, Ken Kreitzer, Sons of American Legion Radio. Tell us a little bit about your touchdown, that 4-yard run, first one of the day after the fumble recovery by Eric Smith. Tell us about the play.
Yeah, so it was like a little dive play, and TT gave me the ball, and I was looking down, but when I looked up, I saw that the hole was wide open, and I think it was B-Dub, came inside, hit the inside linebacker, and I pretty much walked in. It was pretty good experience for my first touchdown.
That's great. Just tell us about how your offensive line played in front of you, opening up those holes.
Yeah, I mean, I've been running behind these guys since spring ball. So, like, I pretty much know, like, where they're going to come from, like, on blocks, if they're outside of my vision and stuff. I love running behind the mob. You get a lot of yards running behind the mob, so it's fun.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tyson, you guys had great success behind the mob last year, but it's got a little different flavor, a little different chemistry this year. So to see them come out the way they did today, what kind of confidence does that give you, running backs?
I've always had full confidence in the mob. Like, we were talking yesterday, even though we have, like, one returning, like, starter from last year, like, every other guy on the line has started in a game before, and we have 2 seniors on there and then 2 sophomores. So, I mean, there's nothing to be worried about, like, running behind the mob. Like, these guys know what they're doing, and that's what practice is for, building that confidence behind these guys.
And also, given the fact that all you running backs had success today in your own way, how do you think that's going to make the beatback room feel, come tomorrow, Monday?
Yeah, we're all excited, but we got to go watch the film tomorrow, clean up the mistakes that we made today to get ready for our opponent next week.
Any others?
Can you talk about the confidence in the offense? Their first 3 touchdowns came on 3rd and goal, and it just seemed like you guys were determined to get in the end zone on those drives and finish those drives.
Yeah, I mean, it's just our culture. Like, we believe every time we touch the field that we're going to march down the field or score in one play, but go down the field and get a touchdown, no matter what down it is or anything. That's our culture.
All right. Thanks, Tyson.